Welcome to the channel. This is Geauxgreddy and welcome back to Daily Race A. Yes, I am back for more because I have determined that, like a fine wine, you just gotta develop your palate. You gotta get a taste for the action. And Race A always provides lots of action. So before we get to it, if you hit the like and or subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. First race of the series. Gonna begin to taste those tones. Gonna get a good jump right here as I'm banging the rev limiter. Look at that. TCS on 1. Gonna slap it down to 0. Gonna move it over. Gonna look at that radar. Getting a good lead here. Coming towards corner 1. There you go. You see me flipping the radar over there because I'm looking for the bomb. Bada Bing behind me. Let's see what kind of driver he is. I break there mid of the skid marks on the track. He comes in clean behind me as well. So there we go. That's what you want if you start off in the pole position in Daily Race A, is a clean turn 1 because it leads to this. Lap 4 and an 8-second lead heading down the straight towards the finish line. Geauxgreddy looking for his first win at Autopolis. And I get it. That is right. Race number 1 is a victory. Hold the cup up high and let's move on to race number 2. In second place behind Mr. Clemmer, the Canadian. Both of us banging the rev limiter on the Honda Fit there. The 1.1 liter engine or whatever the heck is in this thing. Might be 1.2 liters pure fury. Heading down that straight. As you can see, we're almost past the speed limit on the interstate. Getting on the brakes, easing off, trying to get into the corner, trying to carry some speed. Hopefully I can catch him coming out of corner 1. I do. I'm picking up a little time on there. As you can see, the time, the delta in the upper left-hand corner dropping. I get alongside of the left side of him. He squeezes me nicely. Not a Lewis Hamilton type squeeze where he runs off the track, but a sportsmanship-like squeeze. We touch a little bit heading through corner number 2, but nothing major. Through the double left-hander here, the double apexer. Both of us through there nicely. On to lap number 3 as I'm just hanging out behind Mr. Clemmer, trying to use all that slipstream. You can see the delta again dropping in the left-hand corner. He takes a horrible turn 1, drifts it through there. I get a really nice run coming out of turn 1. Excuse my mumbling there. Heading towards T2. I've got a nice run, but I got to get out in front of him to really make it stick through here. Unlike Albin, I don't have softer tires, so I cannot make it stick around the outside. So I have to look for the cutback, and I cannot find it into the double apex. Nothing going on there. He's going to block that inside line heading into the hairpin, and I'm not going to do the send it up the inside and use his passenger side door as a brake trick that many like to do in Race A. That's not the Greddy's way to make the move. I'm trying to try and set up a pass, but I'm going to have to wait another lap because he holds a pretty good line through the next set of corners. So here we are, final lap of the second race. Again, I get on the brakes nicely, get a really nice run on him. He again drifts corner 1, but I have to back off a little bit there as it looked like I might get into him, and I didn't want a penalty because that wouldn't have helped my cause at all. So not able to get alongside him coming out of turn 1, but there is a chance here through turn 2 that maybe he can make a mistake. I get on the brakes a little bit early, trying to hold as much speed as possible. All the momentum you can possibly carry. Did not do such a great job there. Fast forward to the end of this lap. One more shot at him as we're going to head through the final turn on lap 4. I'm not able to do it. So, take P2 and race number 2. Not a bad start. Here in race 3, Jet Ski Joe about a half second, maybe 6/10 behind me, heading into the hairpin, and he just sends it from about a mile and a half back. Uses my door as a brake, smokes the tires coming out of the hairpin. I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, oh, wow, that was something. But then look at this. Jet Ski Joe just slows down, lets me on back by. What a rarity. Tip my hat to you, sir, Jet Ski Joe. Look at that with the sportsmanship. Nice job. So fast forward to the end of the lap, I do hold on for the victory thanks to the sportsmanship of Jet Ski Joe. So I take a first place there. Also get my achievement of pole positions completed. So another item off my list of things to get done has been completed. So on to try to complete my number of wins races. I'm looking for 20. So here we go. We start Heading down towards corner 1. Oh, and I missed shift second gear. Bang the rev limiter a little too much. That's going to give MKL Speed a run on me heading towards turn 1. And I do not move enough to the outside. Get on the brakes a little awkwardly there. Try not to Lewis Hamilton him through turn 1. As we head down towards turn 2, I'm actually going to try and get a run on him. Try and get the pass back in turn 2. But OEN, the anomaly, has other ideas for me as he runs me wide. May have been assisted a little bit there by Gabriel, 5454. I think these two have a little bit of bad blood. So I got involved in some of that mayhem. As you can see, into the hairpin, the anomaly helps the Brazilian off the track there by getting into his corner panel. Cuts me off. Head towards the sweeping left-hander. OEN, the anomaly, driving angry, mad. That's not going to win you very many friends in Daily Race A. What I found is in Daily Race A, typically if you run guys clean, they'll return the favor later on. So if you do get out and ahead of them, they're not going to murder you going into the corners. So I'm going to give the anomaly here a benefit of the doubt, since I was thinking it was possible that the Brazilian just got into him a little hard there. So heading down the straight, like I said, giving the anomaly the benefit of the doubt, I'm going to squeeze him to the right here so that I can get over to the left side late as possible, make him take a bad angle, and, well, he just decides. So he bumps into me a little bit there. It's not too bad. He's got to try and squeeze me over to get the angle as well. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Head down, try and get the cutback on the underside. I do a fairly good job of it. Oh, these fits do not like to lay down the power. If you're tilting too much one way or the other, the open front differential, you just get some one-tire fire coming out the other side. Unable to make a good run coming out of that corner. Take an absolutely horrendous turn 2 there. Just absolutely terrible. Trying to get back to the inside, keeping it tight there, reducing the distance. Get on the brakes early, looking for a good run out of this corner. As you can see, NMJ BR behind me, getting in tight to my rear bumper. Now, NMJ had run me pretty clean. I was pretty happy with his racing. Seemed to do a really good job in the lobbies that I've been in with him. So, looking to try to get back ahead of OEN, the anomaly. Heading down the straight here towards the final hairpin. I've got a really nice run on him. Heading towards the final corner. I'm going to move to the inside. He moves back and covers. I go outside, try the outside in, but oh my goodness, lose way too much speed doing it. Did not set up that pass properly. Back down the main straight. Looking up at the upper left-hand corner at the delta there. You can see he picked up about 2/10 coming out of that corner, but now I'm back into the slipstream, picking up time. Within 2/10 now. Going to send it down the inside. Can I make it stick this time? Going to get on the brakes a little bit late. He turns in really early. Hits me. I don't know if he was just trying to block me off or what he was doing, but we rub as we go through corner 1. So he was trying to salvage that corner, I believe. Nothing doing. It was a strong move, but I thought it was a fair move. So heading towards corner 3, the Brazilian 3/10 back. He's looking to the inside, but then he gets smashed from behind by OEN, the anomaly, who then hits my right front quarter panel with his rear and gives me 2 seconds after he gets a second for destroying NMJBR. So I get 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Now, if you're going to give me 2 seconds, you should give me 2 seconds on turn 1. That was actual contact. I didn't actually do anything here. So now I'm 2 seconds. That's a pretty big penalty. I've made contact a couple times, or I've had contact initiated on me quite a few times so far this race. So I'm really worried about my SR right about now, and so I can't drive angry. I can't do any revenge sends. I have to drive calmly and nicely. I want to set up a pass here at the end of the straight. It's going to be difficult to do as I had to serve 1 extra second of penalty time as I remain behind OEN, the anomaly, who is driving a little aggressive, a little dirty even. Being a nasty driver in Daily Race A. Shocking, I know. Get on the brakes late there. Get to the back end of OEM, the anomaly. And Gabriel 454 absolutely launches it down the inside. Makes a double pass in the grass. What a send. So after all is said and done, I finished in P5. Utterly shocked. No penalty in that situation either. Nuts. So moving on to the next race. I don't even know what race. Maybe race 5. No idea. Shifting through my screens. Get a really nice launch there. Heading towards turn 1 once again. Of course, you know what you don't want is the car that's in P2 beside you heading into turn 1. So got that accomplished. Got a good enough launch here heading towards T1. Get on my brakes there about mid skid mark and just get absolutely destroyed from behind by Lewis. He just bangs me from the rear. Just smashes my behind. Absolutely just ruins my race. Just sends me off into the gravel. What is that? And then I think he got 1 second for that. I think he only got 1 second for that. Like, how do you only get 1 second for that? I just don't even know. But again, these are the tones. These are the fine parts of Daily Race A that just make you savor it. It's a little bit of the craziness that you enjoy. So now it's a first to last, or last to first challenge, not first to last. Actually, it was a first to last. I went from first to last. Now it's last to first challenge. On lap 1, I am all the way back in 10th. Almost 5 seconds out of the lead. I have got my work cut out for me. First one on the list, Poe the Chef, the Canadian. I set my sights on him. Got to pass one at a time. I get in the slipstream of Fire Strike. Get on the brakes there before the driveway on the left. Hold the outside line nicely. I'm feeling like Albon through here. Again, did not get murdered. Luckily, Lewis Hamilton was not on the inside there. Come out. Pass Fire Strike on the outside. So I take P9, then P8, then P7 as I pass both drivers on the outside. Heading down towards turn 1. I now have Murder Rob up in front. Got to focus on him. Attention forward. Can't pay attention to the craziness going on behind you. Got to keep focused forward. If you spend too much time looking in your rearview mirror, they're going to catch you because you're going to enter turns too slowly. You got to look for that exit in the corners. Got to look ahead. Got to be looking through the corner, hitting the brakes here, looking ahead. Where's my exit? Coming out here, getting on the gas nicely, nice and early. Could have been a little faster through there, but not bad. Down from a little over 1 second to just over 0.8, heading towards the hairpin. Get on the brakes nicely there. Put it on the apex. Want to get back on the throttle. Pick as much speed up out of the corners as I can. Carry as much momentum as possible as the revs bounce up and down. I'm going to get to the outside. Then I'm going to sling it on the curbing there. Caught a lot of people in this long sweeping left-hander. They seem to not want to apex the corner. Just kind of hang out there for a while. Come out nicely here. Get into the slipstream of Murder Rob. Now I'm starting to cut the time down very well. All the way down to 0.4, 0.3. Got a really good run coming into the last corner. I'm going to get on the brakes here at the beginning of the curbing. Keep it down the inside. Try and hold it tight here. I don't want to slip out too much. Get into him. I'm able to hold that inside line. Make the pass stick on Murder Rob. Now for the gentleman that destroyed me on turn 1. Lewis, the American. The ire of my anger. The reason for my frustration. Why I'm doing a last to first challenge. Lewis. Causing mayhem in the race. Not the first race he's caused mayhem in either. He really likes to drive with the elbows out. Drive aggressive. Bang people off the tracks. Once again, like I said in Daily Race A, if you don't make friends, you're making enemies. And when you make enemies, that just makes it harder for you to get that victory when you get out front because people are like, yeah, you remember that time you sent me off the track? Here you go, buddy. Have a punt off the track. That's the kind of stuff that happens. So looking at the inside of P5 there. Strong move by Geauxgreddy on the inside, but the space was there, so I went for it. Senna style. Get on the brakes looking for the cutback. Not able to get it as I get into the back end of Mortala. So unable to get that run out of the corner. Now Mortala's got his caution lights on, and y'all know how that makes my OCD go off. So I'm angry now at Mortala because he won't turn his caution lights off. Turn those lights off, man. So in P6, we got 5 more to go to get to the front. About 4 seconds back from P1. So we've actually made up time on P1 from the back of the pack. As Chutoy gets pushed wide, it looked like by Lewis. I make the outside run on Mortala, however you say it, but I don't have the slipstream, so he's able to come back. Unfortunately, nobody would slip to the outside for me. I'm unable to get into the slip. Got to hopefully find a way to get through turn 1, hoping some of these folks murder each other here in turn 1. Get on the brakes early, looking for an opening, and sure enough, we have one go off. It's Daddy's Cup. Daddy's Cup goes off track there. Don't know if he was helped at all by Lewis, but if it's anything like my turn 1, probably so. Because oddly, he went off like he was carrying way too much speed. So that seemed a little unlike Dad's Cup there. So, Mortal with a nice move on the outside of me there as I was trying to get into the slipstream of Chutoy. Of course, he hits Chutoy, hits him again, gets 1 second penalty. I'm trying to go around the outside, gets in the side of me a little bit. Nothing terrible there. That's all right. That can happen. Now I'm going to try and slip back to the inside so I can have the outside to inside here on the big sweeping left-hander. And I get from outside going to the inside. Oh, but a little bit of lag or some kind of net lag there. It looked like I had some room before I got into him. But unfortunately, hit him from behind. Gave him a little boost. Now he's got 5 seconds of penalties. So P4 is mine. The question is, can I catch Chutoy coming out of this corner? I have to get a good enough run to get past Mortala into Chutoy's slipstream and overtake him. Not likely going to happen. Mortala serves his penalty, so I take P4. Not able to get P3. So moving on to the last race of the day after my P1 to P10 to P4 debacle there. And the prior race, make a nice jump coming out of the gates. Banging that rev limiter. Giving that fit all she's got. Heading down towards turn 1. MKL speed making a good run on me. I get to the inside on the brakes a little too early. I have to even drop it down into third gear. But somehow managed to make the corner work and stay in first. As MKL speed had apparently as bad a corner as I did. He looks to the inside, but he's not alongside me. So I'm going to be able to get through corner 2 without too much trouble. I want to get back on that gas early. I want to be actually near that 64 mile an hour range coming out of that corner. Try and keep it tight through here. Again, cutting distance. Going to get on the brakes well before the curb and get it right back to the inside. Want to start putting that gas back on around that 40, 41 mile per hour range mid-corner so I can continue to roll that throttle in. Let those front tires grip. Don't want them to spin too much. Coming in this corner, get over that right-hand curb before slinging it back to the left. Get that apex. Want to carry 71 miles an hour. Coming out of the corner, did so nicely there. Keeping that inside nice and tight. Again, cutting the distance, letting the car gently swing out. I don't want it to wobble too much. Just trying to keep all the power to the ground. Get on the brakes there before the driveway. Easing off the brake, rolling back onto the throttle. There's a hump in the road right there. You got to be careful. If you come onto the throttle too early there, the car will tilt and you will hit the rev limiter and it'll ruin your exit. Do so nicely. So leading after lap 1, final lap of the race, can MKL Speed make a run on me in this final race of the day? He's within 4/10 heading into turn 1. Get on the brakes there before the skid marks begin. Follow him right through the curbing. Take a little bit of grass. Get on the gas nicely. A very nice corner. Actually, one of my better corners of the day. MKL Speed losing time to me, but as he slips back into the slipstream behind me, he's able to close that gap. He's right on my bumper, 2/10. I got to take that inside line again, keep it nice and tight, but trying to maintain the speed as well. Full throttle here coming out. I'm going to get on the brakes and protect the inside line in the hairpin. MKL goes around the outside, tries the outside to in on the hairpin, but is unable to put down the power coming out the backside of the hairpin. I had a similar issue earlier. Just could not get the power down. Get on those curbs on the right-hand side, aggressively abusing it, trying to get as good an angle as possible coming through this corner to carry as much speed as I can. Only able to get 70 that time. Want that 71. As MKL Speed looking for any way around me. I'm going to stay to the inside as long as possible here. Make him go around the outside of the final turn. Get on the brakes there about halfway into the curbing. Stay to the inside. Make him go around the long way. And he is unable to do so as he tries the outside to inside carry momentum, but he's unable to do so. I pick up 3/10 coming out of that corner. Cross the finish line. P1 picked up a victory. Level 3 achievement for wins. So that's my 20th wins. You can see the upper left-hand corner. I get the big 20 there. I get the pole position, fastest lap, and a clean race. The trifecta on my 20th win. Super pumped. Yes. Race A. Like I said, guys, it's like a fine wine. You just got to have the palate for it. Well, appreciate you joining me. Hope you enjoyed the races. If you did, hit the like and or smash the subscribe. Appreciate it. Until next time, y'all have a great evening. Clean, take us out of here.